Hello students, welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss numericals related to the chapter nuclei. In nuclei, if you remember, we were doing radioactivity. So, we will see now how exactly numericals from radioactivity they are framed. Now students, what we find here is one particular nuclei, this 92U238, is emitting one alpha particle and one plus beta particle. Thereby it forms a daughter nuclei which is of this type A and B. So the question is, find A and B. So we have to find the value of A and B. Now, how to find this? If we see this 92U238, first it is giving one alpha particle. So it is giving one alpha particle. So I will write it as 2He4 plus, let us say here the daughter nuclei which is formed is Y. So balance it. So if I balance it, it will come here 90 and here it should come 234. How do you balance nuclear reactions? Nuclear reactions are balanced by balancing the subscripts and superscripts. 90 plus 2 makes it 92. 234 plus 4 makes it 238. So it is balanced. Now it says this particular thing is giving one beta emission. So now 90, this gives beta emission. So and that too positive beta particle. So we will write this as plus 1 E0 and it gives X. What will be A? This will be 89 and this will be 234. Now compare this with the product which is given here. So we can say that A is equal to 89 and B is equal to 234. That is exactly how we can find the value of A and B by balancing the nuclear reactions. And students, one more question of this type. These type of symbols you are supposed to get more familiar with. That is why I am using this type of symbols. 92U238 is emitting N alpha particles. So N alpha particle will be N2He4, N alpha particle, and N dash minus beta particle, N dash minus 1 E0, and it is forming 82 lead 206. And we are asked to find the value of N and N dash. So very simple, we know nuclear reactions are to be balanced. By balancing the subscripts and the superscripts. So if I take first superscripts, 238 is equal to 4N, this will be 0 plus 206. This is what we have. So from this we can say 238 minus 206 is 4N. So 238 minus 206 is 32 is equal to 4N. So we can say N is equal to 8. This is the value of N we get. Now next, let us take the subscripts. Subscripts says 92 is equal to 2N minus N dash plus 82. This is what we have. So 82, so we have 92 minus 82 minus 16, 2N is minus N dash. So this is 10 minus N is 8, 16 is minus N dash. So n dash is 6. This is exactly how we can find the value of n and n dash, that is number of alpha particles and number of negative beta particles which are emitted in this particular nuclear reaction. Well students, one more question of the similar type. Thorium 90, thorium 232 emits some alpha particle and some beta particle n dash to form a stable lead isotope 82 Pb200. Find the number of alpha and beta particles. The question is, that is, we have to find n and n dash. Now, write the equation. 90 thorium 232 gives n alpha particle N2He4 plus n dash minus 1 E0 plus 82 Now, what we can say, superscripts 232 is equal to 4n this is 0 plus 200. So 32 is equal to 4n. This means n is equal to 8. Now let us take the subscripts. 90 is equal to, here 2n, here minus n dash and plus 82. This is what we have. So what we get? 90 minus 82 minus 2n is minus n dash. So this is 8 minus n is 8, 16 is minus n dash. So we can say n dash is equal to 8. So 8 alpha particles and 8 beta particles are emitted in this process. That is exactly how we can find out the number of alpha particle and beta particle. Well students, let us take one more question. The question is of this type. The half-lives of radioactive elements X and Y are 3 minutes and 27 minutes respectively. So if I try to record the data, it says half-life of X is 3 minutes and half-life of Y is 27 minutes. It is given that the activities of both are same. AX is equal to AY. Then calculate the ratio of number of atoms of X and Y. Now, it says that activities are same. This means activity A, what we know? We know activity A is equal to A naught e raised to minus lambda into T. This is what we have. Also, activity is magnitude of dN by dt. This is what we know. So out of these two, which one will be used? See, we cannot use this equation because initial activity is not known to us, it is not given. Second, this T is also not known. At what instant they are having same activity, that is also not given. Let us go to this. Will this equation help? Activity is dN by dt, which is also known as lambda into n. Yes, this equation will be of use to us because this lambda is known to us. It is 0.693 upon T half. That is what we have as the decay constant. and n is the number of atoms. So this equation is what which will help us. So what we can write? Decay constant of x into n of x is equal to decay constant of y into n of y. This is what we get. Now what is lambda x? It is nothing but 0.693 upon t half of x into nx is equal to 0.693 upon t half of y into n of y. So from these two, what we can say is 0.693 cancels out. So what we have now? So therefore we can say n of x upon, take n of y in the denominator, this will give us t half of x upon t half of y, as simple as that. What is t half of x? It is given as 3. So this is 3 by 27. So therefore we can say nx upon ny is equal to, this is exactly how we can come to the conclusion. Please students, concentrate how we are finding out of the available options which equation will suit to the particular situation. This is what you have to understand. Well students, let us take one more question to highlight how to use the decay equations. 2/3 fraction of a sample disintegrates in 7 days. Please understand, 2/3 fraction of a sample disintegrates in 7 days. How much fraction of it will decay in 21 days? Please. So now here see, we know n is equal to n naught e raised to minus lambda t. What is this n? N is the number of atoms which is left out, not the number of atoms that got disintegrated. The number of atoms that got disintegrated is n naught minus n. N is the number of atoms which are left out. Please understand that. Now it says 2/3 fraction of a sample disintegrates. See what is given. 2/3 fraction of a sample disintegrates in 7 days. This is what is given. This means 1/3 fraction of the sample is left in 7 days. How much is left out? If 2/3 fraction disintegrates, then what is left out? 1/3. Please understand this. 1/3 of the sample is left out. How? 1 minus 2/3. If I take 1 as the n naught, how much is disintegrated? 2/3. So what is left out? 1 minus 2/3. That is 1/3. Now it says 21 days. So now 1/3 of 1/3 fraction of the sample will be left in 7 plus 7 days. Because 1/3 of the fraction, whatever you start with, is left out. So in the next 7 days, 1/3 of the 1/3 will be left out. Now, also 1/3 of 1/3 of 1/3 will be left in 7 plus 7 plus 7, that is 21 days. So what we can say? So therefore 1 by 27 fraction is left undecayed in 21 days. Undecayed. How much is decayed? So therefore, fraction decayed or disintegrated in 21 days. This will be how much? 1 minus 1 by 27. So that is, so the question says, how much fraction of it will decay in 21 days? 26 by 27 of the fraction will decay, and 1 by 27 of the fraction will remain undecayed. So please understand the logic. There is no need of any formula to apply if you have understood what is the meaning of n and what is the meaning of n naught in the decay equation. Well students, let us take one more question. The question reads like this. A radioactive isotope has a half-life of T. After how much time is its activity reduced to 6.25% of its original activity? So what is given? Given half-life is T. After how much time is its activity? So what is asked? Activity is 6.25% of original activity is A naught. So the question is, how much time will it take for this? So here students, we are given with activity, again activity. So what are the relations that we have? We know activity is given by A naught e raised to minus lambda t. This is one equation. Also activity is dn by dt, and this is lambda n. There are two equations we have seen in the previous question. Which activity are we going to use? We are not using this time this equation. Why? Because number of atoms are not known, but we are knowing A naught and A na, so we will use this equation. So what we can say, A is A naught e raised to minus lambda t is equal to 6.25 by 100 of A naught. This is what is there. So simplify this expression. If you simplify this expression, see, A naught cancels out. So what we can write? E raised to minus lambda t is 625 by 100 into 100 by taking out the decimal. Now what we get? Simplify. If you simplify, this is 25, 4, this 25, 4, this comes to 1 by 16. Now e power lambda t. So what we can say? E power lambda t is 16, because negative power na, reciprocal. Take log on both sides. Lambda t log e to the base e. 16 is what? 16 is nothing but 2 to the power 4. So we get this as 4 log 2 to the base e. So from this we can say t is equal to 4 into log 2 is what? 0.693 upon lambda. Lambda is what? 0.693 by t, so t will go to the numerator. So 693 cancels out. So what is the answer? This is how we can work out from the equation. From the equation, there is a shortcut for this. What is the shortcut? The question will be, what is the shortcut? See, clearly it says half-life is T. This means if I am starting with 100%, in one half-life, see here, if I start with 100, to become 50, there is one half-life. Half-life period means it will become half. From 50 to half of it is 25, another half-life period. From 25 to 12.5, another half-life. 12.5 to 6.25. So what is total? 40. Finished. This is one way. This is what I will do in the entrance exam. This is what you are asked to do in the board exam. Because if you do like this, then possibly in the board exam you will not be getting. It is possible, but then you have to show the steps. So show the steps. Feel free to write and show the steps. Otherwise, see students, you can always hit this question or any question from half-life periods like this. That is exactly what we can do. Half-life, understand the meaning of half-life. If you start with 100, for 100 to become 50, it is one half-life period. From 50 to 25 is another half-life period. 25 to 12.5 is another half-life period. 25 to 12.5 to 6.25 is one more. That is exactly how we can work out. Got it? The other way that you can do is, see the other way. Many methods are there. N by n naught is 1 by 2 power n. This method also you can use. Now here, or you can write a by a naught, makes no difference. It says a is, what it says, 6.25, 6.25% by 100 is 1 by 2 power n. 6.25 by 100, just now we saw, it is how much? 6.25 by 100, 1 by 16. So I will write it 1 by 2 power 4 is 1 by 2 power n. This means n is 4. So 4 half-life, 40, finished. Any method you can use, you have to see which method you are comfortable. So it is not that the question can be solved by one method, that is one equation only. No, you have this method, you have this method, you have this method also. So please understand, you can solve by any method, you will get the same answer. Methods are different doesn't mean answers will be different. Answer will be one. Root might be many. Please understand. But answer cannot be different for different methods. See, we are getting the same. Here, what is the meaning of n here? N is the number of half-life periods. So we got it as 4. Therefore, 4 half-life. Each half-life is T. So therefore, 40 is the answer. See, that is exactly how we can work out. And this way also you can do. Well students, let us take one more question to give you practice of using the half-life equations. The half-life of radium is 1600. So what is given? Half-life of radium is 1600 years. This is what is given, right? After how many years 25% of the radium block remains undecayed? Please concentrate. 25% of it should remain undecayed. Okay. So N by N naught is 25%. Because it says undecayed, na? If it had been, the question had been decayed, aವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ? N 100 minus 25 ತಗೊಂಡು 75 ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. 75% ಡಿಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೋಡಿ, 25% ಆಫ್ ದ ರೇಡಿಯಂ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಡಿಕೇಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅನ್ಡಿಕೇಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್. ಡಿಸಿಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಕೇಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಸಿಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ 25% ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್, ಡಿಕೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ? 75% ಡಿಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ನಾವು ಎನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಎನ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ, ಎನ್ ಈಸ್ 25% ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ನಾಟ್. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಎನ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 25/100 ಅಂದರೆ 1/4 ಆಯಿತು, ರೈಟ್? ಬಟ್ ವಿ ನೋ for half-life period n by n naught is 1/2 power n. Use that method. Now use that method. n by n naught ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 1/4. So right here 1/4 is 1/2 power n. ಅಂದರೆ n ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು? n is 2. ಅಂದರೆ 2 half lives. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು? 2 into 1600 ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 1 half-life is 1600 years. So 2 half-life will be 3200 years. This means after how many years 25% of radium block remains undecayed? 3200 years. It will take for 75% to decay or 25% to remain. Clear? Well students, let us take one more question. The fraction of a radioactive sample which remains active after time t is 9/16. So let us try to write the given quantity. Given fraction of the sample andre ಏನು? Whatever is left out upon this. This is given as 9/16. Which is remains active andre it is going to disintegrate. It is going to, it has not disintegrated. ಅದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ ಇನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಎನ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವೆನ್ ಆಸ್ 9/16. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ವಿ ಡ್ರಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್? ದಿಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎನ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? e raised to minus lambda t is equal to 9/16. This is what we can write. What fraction remains active after t/2? Now, after time t/2, what is the fraction which is active? Let us write n by n naught for it, t/2, which is after time t/2. This will be e raised to minus lambda, t will become t/2. Replace t by t/2. What we can write? This is nothing but e raised to minus lambda t power half. By using the rules of power and indices. But e power minus lambda t is what? 9/16. So this is 9/16 power half. So what is the answer? See. So after time t/2, what is the fraction which will remain active? 3/4 of the number of atoms is going to remain active after T by 2 time. Well students, let us take one more question. The question is like this. Decay constants of two radioactive samples is lambda and 3 lambda. Decay constants. So we will write like this. Lambda 1 is lambda, lambda 2 is 3 lambda. At T0 they have equal number of active nuclei. N0 of 1 is equal to N0 of 2 samples. Calculate when the ratio of active nuclei become E:1. Now it says the ratio should become, that is to say, N1 by N2 should be E by 1. For this T is asked. This is what is the question in symbolic form. Now, how to proceed? We have to write N, number of active nuclei, in terms of decay constant. We know N is equal to N naught e raised to minus of lambda T. The other equation we will not use. So, N of 1 is equal to N0 of 1 e raised to minus lambda 1 into T. So therefore N1 is N naught of 1 e raised to minus lambda T. Similarly N2 will be what? N0 of 2 into e raised to minus lambda 2 is 3 lambda. This is what we have. Now what we need? N1 by N2. Divide the two. N1 by N2 is equal to. Now these two are given same. So N0 of 1 e raised to minus lambda T upon N0 of 2 e raised to minus of 3 lambda T. This is what we have. But what is N1 by N2? It is E. So we will write E is equal to N0 of 1 and N0 of 2, they are given equal. So this cancels out. So what we have? E raised to minus lambda T, same base, division plus 3 lambda T. So what we get? E raised to 1 is e raised to 2 lambda T. So therefore 1 is equal to 2 lambda T. So T is equal to, this is exactly how we can work out such equations. If we are able to record the data properly, it will become very easy for you to solve the questions. Please understand this particular concept. Any numerical, if you want to crack it, record the data properly. Not that just because it is given and because I am telling you, you are reluctantly writing it, then the answer will also be very reluctant to come. Please be sure about it. There is no one single way. Directly somebody will get a flash of the formula and you will fit the data, you will get the answer. Probably that is a distant cry. So that is why please follow the standard method, record the data, and what is to be found out, you will yourself feel what is to be done and it will become very easy for you. Well students, let us take one more question. The question is like this. The mean life of a radioactive substance are T1 and T2 for alpha emission and for beta emission respectively. Substance is same. If it is emitting alpha particle, the mean life is T1, and if it is emitting beta particle, then the mean life is T2. This is what is given. If it is decaying by both alpha emission and beta emission simultaneously, then find its mean life and decay constant. Well, now we know decay constant will be for both. So that is 1 by T1 plus 1 by T2. So that is T1 plus T2 by T1 T2. This is the decay constant. What about mean life? Also, mean life is 1 by decay constant. So that is T1 T2 by, as simple as that. This is the fundamental equation. Decay constant is sum of decay constant for alpha emission and beta emission. Well students, let us take one conceptual question. Obtain the amount of polonium 84PO210 necessary to provide a radioactivity source of 5 millicurie strength. Well, activity is given 5 millicurie. This, let us convert it, 5 into 10 power 3 minus 3 curie. And how much is 1 curie? 5 into 10 power minus 3 into 3.7 into 10 raised to 10 disintegrations per second. So this will be how much? 5 into 3.7 into 10 power 7 disintegration per second. This is what the activity is. Now the question is, we need to find the amount. Now, activity is dN by dt. This is activity. This is also said as lambda n. Now, half-life of polonium is given. Half-life is 138 days. Half-life of 84PO210 is 138 days. Let us use this. So activity is given. A is known. Lambda is 0.693 upon half-life, that is known. N can be found out. This means N is equal to A by lambda. So let us use this. So therefore N is equal to A is how much? 5 into 3.7 into 10 power 7 upon lambda is 0.693 upon T half, that is 138 days, because we want in per second. 138 days, 1 day 24 hour, 1 hour 60 minutes, 1 minute 60 second. This is what we get as atoms. So this is this can be taken as approximately 0.7. So I will approximate it, 5 into 37, and this is 7, and this we will write as 138 into 24 into 6 into 6 is 36 into 10 power 7 plus 2, 9 atoms. This is what we are getting. If we try to simplify this and do our calculation, what we get this as, this is close to 3.15 into 10 power 15 atoms. This is close to 3.15 into, or 3.18, close to 3.2 into 10 power 15 atoms we are getting. Now we have to use the mole concept to find this many atoms will be present in how many grams of polonium. How to find that? Use mole concept. Clearly it says 210 grams. 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. This many 6. I am taking for calculation ease. It is actually 6.023 into 10 power 23 atoms. So this also is, I have taken approximation 3.2. It might come 3.18. It might come 3.16. So it is for calculation ease I am taking it. So 6 into 10 power 23 atoms, it is present in 210 grams. Correct? 210. So 3.2 into 10 power 15 atoms. This will be present in how many grams? That is nothing but 3.2 into 10 power 15 into 210 upon 6 into 10 power 23. See, this many grams. That is exactly how you are supposed to solve. Find the amount of polonium. We can simplify this. So this will come to how much? You can cancel it, na? See, on cancellation what you will get? 3, 2, 3, 7. Correct? 2, 1.6. So 1.6 and 0 cancels out. So what you will get? 7, 6, 32. 102 into 10 power 23 minus 8 grams, right? So this we can write as 1.02 micrograms. 10 power minus 6 into 10 power minus 2. So 1.02. So answer will be how much? 1.02 micrograms. This is the amount of substance which will give a radioactivity strength of 5 millicurie. That is exactly, this is an important type of question. Please follow it. There is nothing in this. First step is to find out number of atoms. First step is to find the number of atoms. Once you have found out the number of atoms, how many atoms are there, then go for mole concept, find amount. Depending on question, if they give you find the number of atoms, you don't have to go for mole concept. If they give you obtain the amount, this means you have to find it in grams. So see, this is exactly how it is to be solved.